Welcome back, everybody, to our Subnautica Chronicle. I am Aesop Grem, and it's time to get the timer started. 30-minute countdown has begun, and we're going to go down this hallway and find out what's in here. Okay, let's get out of Grem. Oh, wow. Okay. Preserved fetus. Golly, this thing's a fetus? Sea Emperor fetus. Found preserved in a display case, it was likely a child of the adult specimen contained within the facility. Physiology. Superficial damage to the specimen indicates it was artificially removed from its egg casing. Stunted tissue development suggests the organism expired during the removal process. Tissue samples have been taken from the digestive tract. Why? Why would you take tissue samples from the digestive tract? Analysis. It appears the aliens... Oh, because that's where the enzyme is at. That's right, they're digestive enzymes. It appears the aliens were attempting to formulate a cure for the bacterium from enzymes produced in this specimen's digestive system. There you go. Without a young, healthy specimen, these efforts were in vain. Huh. So that's why they aborted. Because the Sea Emperor outside has all kinds of scar tissue and can't lay more eggs. Which sounds like maybe something that they did to it. I don't know. And then this one, it didn't work out. And it was a one-shot deal. So once they found out it wouldn't work, when they failed, they packed up and left. Whoa. Oh, yeah. That's okay. I just accidentally left Grem. We've been in that room.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay. What we need to do now is go make a blah 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 blue tablet. Come on, man. Okay. Turn on internal lights. And I'm gonna need... two kyanite. Yeah, that's... 95% charge is enough. Well, the thrust in here seems to work pretty good. Huh, look at him slide. Oh. What? What? Oh, man.
To play?
Nope.
Others came here once. They built these walls. They played alone. They bored me. Now they're gone. And instead, we have you. We are curious whether you swim with the current or fight against it as they did.
Okay. What do I do with this, man? What would I do in real life? I know I gotta get off this planet. And I need to get cured of this disease. Right? I can't get off the planet, I don't think, if I don't get cured of the disease, because I have found out that I don't know how to remove the power. So I can't shut down the weapons platform. This is video game life right here. You could just save and then go find out. But, like, I don't know. I can't honestly say because I'm not in the real life situation. Fear would play a factor, obviously. But just using my head right now, my conclusion and I don't know if you guys have any other ideas on this, but because this is kind of I haven't really thought very long on it, but my shotgun conclusion is we don't have a choice. We have to get cured because we can't shut the weapons platform down. There doesn't appear to be a way for us to harness enzyme 47 without further knowledge. And the things that were working on enzyme 47 left because they couldn't solve the riddle. Who knows what this thing has to offer? So, like, I guess what I'm saying is that we're dead either way. Either we cure ourselves and get off this planet, or we spend our time swimming around the ocean looking for another answer and we die slow. So, here we go. This is a Sea Emperor. How come the other Sea Emperor couldn't talk to us?
Unlike other alien facilities, scans indicate this location supports a diverse and healthy ecosystem. Explanation unclear at this time.
Well, she's not interested in us right now. So this is the containment facility they were talking about. 14,000 Leagues Under the Sea achievement has been unlocked. These are the predators that are acting passive that they were talking about. So she's the alpha.
Environment scans indicate the water here is rich with a rare, plankton-like life form which depends on the organic detritus produced by the ecosystem around it.
The Sea Emperor's eggs. Uncommonly strong shell lining, organic growth on the exterior suggests these eggs may be hundreds of thousands of years old. Ugh. Don't trigger anything. So she has been stuck in captivity for forever and a day. She doesn't seem hostile to us. I mean, this is her existence? No way, man. One of the things I would want to do is let her free. I don't want anybody to get it twisted. I'm not like one of those types that's like save the whales and stuff. I don't feel that way. If that's your thing, then that's your thing. You know, I'm not passing judgment, but it's not mine. I'm just looking at this thing and imagining how long it must have been in this, 5x5 cell. And it's sentient. It's communicating with us. I would want to find a way to let it out. Uh-oh. Is there not a way for me to get out of here? Okay, I'll be honest, I didn't consider that. I mean, just because proportionally it sure as heck looks like he should be able to grab hold here and and pull himself up. That's not hard. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's read more about this. So, the eggs could be hundreds or even thousands of years old. Alien tubes, alien devices penetrate the outer shell layer, likely designed to supply them with nutrients and to isolate them from the surrounding environment. Isolate them from the surrounding environment. Okay. So they don't want the surrounding environment to have an effect. So it would be they're neutralizing the born in captivity thing, maybe. Amniotic sac. Like many eggs on 4546 Bravo, these do not contain a nutrient supply. These do not contain a nutrient supply which is solely exhausted by the embryo. Instead, they exist in a form of natural stasis, awaiting appropriate hatching conditions. Fetal organism. There is a high genetic match between these organisms and the Leviathan in the vicinity. They appear to be stable and healthy. It is likely that ideal hatching conditions for the eggs vary considerably from ideal survival conditions for the parent. Ideal hatching conditions for the eggs vary considerably from the ideal survival conditions for the parent. That's terrible. So you gotta effectively kill the alpha here in order to hatch her eggs.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I don't know why we would want to hatch the eggs anyway. Is that the only way of getting enzyme 47? All right. Incubator. The Emperor's specimen's eggs are attached to some form of incubator. In a normal life cycle, it seems likely that sea emperors would have buried their eggs in shallower waters, where different organic materials in the soil would have triggered a hatching response. The incubator suggests the aliens had resorted to developing artificial hatching enzymes, which would simulate the egg's natural hatching environment, but were unable to discover the formula. With extensive information on the sea emperors themselves, it may still be possible to fabricate an artificial hatching enzyme using indigenous ingredients. However, the only surviving source of that information may be the sea emperor itself. Well, she'll sacrifice herself for the eggs. Oh, man. So it looks to me like we can probably start that process. But we're going to kill her. Oh, look, she's watching us. So I wonder if the one floating around outside is her mate. Well, no, because it says that they're kind of asexual, I think, doesn't it? That, like, they can create their own eggs. It does say fertilization has to happen from another one, so I think what it was saying, if I remember right, guys, is that any quote-unquote gender can create eggs within itself, and then they can lay them, but they need another of its species to fertilize that egg. If they're the ones that lay it, they cannot fertilize it also. Well, okay, so they even provide what you would need. Venting. $1,400 down. This is the same pool? I'm stuck. Aquarium arch. The Emperor specimen's eggs. No, I read that already. Scans indicate this arch was left inactive when the facility was abandoned. It likely served as an access point to the surface of the planet. It is much too small for the Emperor to pass through, but would accommodate smaller life forms, like us. Everything changed. This should not... I don't think this is correct. Yeah, we clipped through. Okay. Alright, these peepers, I bet they're the ones that have enzyme 47 in them. And that makes sense now. Is there anything else to check out in here? Man, I don't want to do it. But there's not any other answer, is there? There's no opening. I can't destroy these walls. I can't get her out of here. Right, okay. I mean, she's been here for a long time. You would think if there was a way out, she would have found it by now. She's pretty big and she's strong, because the other one took down the disease research facility, so they can accelerate hard and slam into these walls. What is... that looks different. Oh, probably because it's handling the hot water. An access point to the alien piping system transporting water to and from the containment facility. Peepers are using the pipe network to travel to and from the surface. A lot of information on the peeper. Well, we're coming up on the end of the episode. I think I'm just going to let the episode run, though. Man, I'm just trying to exhaust all other options. What is this down here? She wouldn't be able to get into here. Is this a way out? Well, it is for us, but not for her. If it is, if it even is a way out.
The plant life in this area is growing outside its normal conditions. Other life forms fertilizing and pruning the vegetation may be offsetting this environmental deficit.
Right. So is this does this lead to the outside world? Oh, we're almost at the bottom of our depth there. Are things changing? Okay, doggone it. I don't like how these bone sharks are starting to act. Yeah, every time I come over here, she's interested.
Seek fluid intake. Vital signs stabilizing.
Okay, well, we're gonna find out what happens.
My young need to hatch, to play outside this place. We have been here so long. The others built a passage to reach the world outside. I asked them for this freedom, but they could not hear me. If you help us, I will give you freely what the others tried in vain to take.
Okay. Well, let's go check the gate first. I think this is the wrong gate. Yeah. So I need to go to the other side. The eggs have not hatched, but we're seeing aggressive behavior from the bone sharks. Okay.
With the passage you've opened, my young can leave this place. But first they must feel the time is right and break free of their shells. This is what the others could not force from me. To you, I give this secret willingly.
Hatching enzymes blueprint synthesized.
New blueprint acquired.
Eye stalk, sea crown, fungal, ghostweed, bulb bush. Sea Emperor's life cycle. An organic substance derived from the plants found in the Emperor's natural breeding grounds. Designed to trigger a hatching response. Okay. And, there's the enzyme host peeper. Let's read these and then we'll end this episode. A peeper specimen was observed emitting a faint fluorescent enzyme trail and engaging in unusual behavioral patterns. Peeper is actively approaching other creatures, including predators. The specimen is host to a bacterial infection, However, the infection is currently dormant. Oh, so the peepers are spreading it. Peeper's stomach cavity contains an unknown enzyme of foreign origin. Chemical analysis of enzyme. Bears some superficial similarity to the stomach enzymes of larger predators. Contact with the enzyme appears to inhibit the symptoms of the bacterial infection. Complex structure renders synthesis impossible. Assessment. Recommend further research into enzyme origin. Actively approaching other creatures. Host to bacterial infection, but infection is dormant. So are they spreading the infection? Like the infection, we know that is transmittable. But is the enzyme transmittable, or is it only good for the peeper? I would expect the enzyme has to be actively given. And the infection spreads passively. Alright. Peepers inside the containment facility. With all other creatures encountered within the facility are isolated within it, peepers appear to be coming and going of their own account via the alien pipe network. On arrival, peepers are approaching the Sea Emperor. Peepers exhibit a natural affinity for the stomach enzymes being expelled by the Emperor. Peepers which have come into contact with the enzyme are returning to the pipe network. Analysis. This behavior must be the source of enzyme 42 on 4546 Bravo, or the area thereof which supports life. It is likely also responsible for the survival of the Emperor and the other life forms contained within the facility. This creature's likely lived and moved in small herds around the planet's ocean trenches, coming to the surface to feed off the huge volumes of microorganisms in the shallower waters. Family size would be strictly limited by available food supply. Offspring would likely split off at a young age to form their own herds elsewhere. Given their sparse population, mating and egg-laying was likely infrequent, perhaps a once-in-a-lifetime event. Oh, wow. The species likely had a preferred environment for egg-laying. In fact, successful hatching may depend on such conditions. Given the rarity of this event, it is impossible to calculate those conditions precisely. There is no evidence to support the assumption that all members of the species were immune from the alien bacterium. Even if this is so, there is evidence that introduction of the bacterium decimated life on the planet, and this would have had catastrophic effects on the Emperor's food supply and survival rate. The symbiotic relationship between this specimen and other life forms likely developed as a direct result of the bacterial infection. Those life forms which learned to keep the Emperor alive, right, symbiotic, survived with its help. This may explain the vast tracts of lifeless ocean and a rough perimeter around the Emperor's location. Okay. And that's it. All right. Well, let's go ahead and save it. Low life areas, and we have a slew of plants that we need to find. Okay. All right, good deal. Well, I am Aesop Grimm. Thank you for coming by the channel, and I will see you guys in the next episode where this story continues. Thanks for visiting Aesop Grimm's Chronicles. If you've made it this far in the video, please consider rating, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. I hope to see you in the next episode, and until then, stay shiny.